After spending a lot of your time buying groceries and cooking delicious meals, the last thing you want is to waste all of that food, or worse, even get sick from the food in your fridge. The easiest way to avoid both of these problems is to pay attention to how you store your food and properly taking care of your refrigerator. Today, let's talk about 5 refrigerator mistakes you didn't know you were making. Why? Because this is Daily Top 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, watch me.
So the first mistake you're making is not organizing foods where they should be. While it may seem like you can just throw any type of food in the fridge and in any spot, where you put your food in the refrigerator actually matters. The rule of thumb is to have your cooked and prepared foods on the top shelf, your ready-to-cook foods on the middle shelves, and your raw meat and uncooked foods on the bottom shelves. This helps to avoid any bacterial cross-contamination on your cooked foods when in the fridge. As for your vegetables, you should store salad greens, vegetables, herbs, and fruits in the crisper drawers. Your open condiments and drinks can go on the fridge door. However, avoid putting fruits and vegetables next to each other because the ethylene from fruits can result in vegetables spoiling quickly.
That's some gem for you. Like, yeah, that's right. It's true. I mean, I think it's just common sense. I mean,
it's not common
when you're not
sense.
even thinking about the bacteria and they're just thinking of common sense. When you put your meat and all those things
together
in the bottom right there, and then you put other things the way you explained. But that meat, especially, like you don't want to put on top. Like, who puts meat on top?
So why I say it's not common sense, even me, I realized that I was not doing some things right.
No, so
Right?
I'm just saying that that meat especially, like how do you put other things? You put vegetable fruits down, and then you now put meat, raw meat
on top.
like,
For me, usually,
So it might drip.
I put meat in the freezer, right? Right, meat.
Yeah, the freezer
frozen
compartment,
foods and all
yeah,
that stuff
of
in the
course.
freezer. And I put the vegetable in, there's this compartment down.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
keeps the
Yes.
vegetables. But in the middle, I just
Anything.
put anything there. So I'm just learning a lot right now. So yeah, for all the bachelors, this is for us.
Yeah, so now you guys know that you should put cooked food before uncooked food, so that the uncooked food would... And don't mix your fruits and vegetables, don't forget that.
Cook food.
Then uncooked,
Uncooked food.
yeah. And then do
Cooked
not
food,
mix
uncooked
your
food.
fruits and vegetables, because many people will keep vegetables in the fridge and be wondering, why is it spoiling quickly?
So we're supposed to
Separate
the
them,
veggies.
yes. Separate them.
Okay,
And always
alright.
put your open drinks in the fridge though,
Yeah.
so that it will not pour in the fridge.
Wow. I've been doing a lot of things wrong. Still on Daily Top 5, we're at number 2 now. And number 2 says, leaving the fridge door open. Whether we are unpacking our groceries or rushing off to tend to something urgent, it's quite common to leave the fridge door open. Usually, it's fine to leave open for a minute or two as your fridge can catch up on the short temperature loss. However, if you accidentally leave your refrigerator door open for a long time or overnight, the temperature inside your fridge will start increasing as all the cool air is let out. This will turn the food warm and likely to spoil quickly. While spoilage depends on the type of food, it's best not to consume things such as milk, meat, or cheeses if exposed to air for an extended period, as it could encourage the growth of bacteria that causes foodborne illnesses.
So for this one, a perfect example is Yabola in the cafeteria. If you touch her fridge, you say, you did not close my fridge. Like, she's always monitoring, and that's because of what you just said. When you leave the fridge door open, the hot air gets in, and then before you know, you start saying, fridge iti budget, this fridge is not working, what's going on? But you don't know that you caused it, because every time you're leaving it open, and then someone will come and tell you, oh, condenser, and this one and that one. So if you keep it properly shut and keep the cool air in, then it's going to last you long.
Yeah, I agree totally. This one is common sense. I agree. This one is common sense.
Okay, the next one states that you not cleaning your fridge regularly. If you can't remember the last time you gave your fridge a deep clean, you're not cleaning it enough. The fridge is a #1 place for spills and leaks, and while we'll wipe up the odd mess, we never give the entire fridge a proper scrub. So cleaning your refrigerator properly would take away the dirt and bacteria. So give your fridge the deep clean it deserves, at least every 2 weeks with a mild bleach solution and water. Also, pay attention to the seal of your fridge door, as a build-up of dirt will prevent the seal from closing properly. This one is very true. So there's something that I noticed, the seal, that rubber thing, when you close the fridge, dirt actually stays there. So you need to clean it regularly, because before you know it, that dirt, bacteria will start breathing and it seeps into the fridge and into what you keep in the fridge. And before you know, you'll be falling sick and you'll be like, why am I always sick? You won't know that it's that little dirt you could have cleaned months ago that caused it.
I mean, this is common knowledge,
Yep.
I believe, because I remember my mom, every time, wash the fridge. Every weekend, we're always cleaning. We remove everything. We'll clean it up again. So, yeah, it's common knowledge.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's true. I totally agree.
All right, let's check out number 4. It says overstuffing the fridge. Did you recently stock up on food? Just be careful. It may seem satisfying to have a full fridge, but this may not be the ideal when it comes to your refrigerator or freezer. Considering how tightly packed most of our refrigerators end up, it's essential that we save enough space to keep it running efficiently. Essentially, the fridge needs enough room for the air to circulate and cool foods properly. Without it, your fridge will struggle, eventually making groceries spoil faster. Fill your shelves correctly, but avoid overstocking groceries. So before you even take your next grocery trip, clean out your fridge and discard any food that needs to be discarded.
And if you think that you have a lot of things, get another refrigerator.
Yeah. Or if you feel you can't even finish everything in time and it might spoil, give it out. There are a lot of people that will appreciate it and would pray for you. Because at the end of the day, when you're keeping things too close to each other, when you put like 5 people in a room, body heat alone, people are complaining. Not to talk of food that's supposed to be cool, in a cool, dry place, and it's supposed to stay fresh. And I've seen a lot of people that would take food from pot and then cover it and just put in the fridge.
Yeah.
So by the time the one that's there already, that's already frozen, there's no space, and you're squeezing hot one inside, hot and cold, this is already melting, this is not freezing fast, the fridge will not freeze well, and then this one will start spoiling. So overstuffing the fridge is not good. It's just like saying you're overstuffing your room. Where would you walk? Where would you sleep? Where would you stay?
I just think generally that putting something that is cold and very hot together, and not just in every, you know, I didn't know this until one day. I went for dinner, and then I had a 3-course meal.
Was it when you came for dinner? Oh.
Hey.
And then I had a 3-course meal, and then so I had appetizer, I had main dish, and then dessert.
Yeah, I remember.
And so I took ice cream and muffin, and the muffin was hot, and then the ice cream, and then I took at the same time. Instantly, I had some fruits.
Before.
So you know that thing of cold and then hot?
Contrast.
Like, I didn't believe it. So, like, I think in any way, it does not just mix. It does not just gel. Like, don't do it.
Was that why you left without saying goodbye?
Jepo, it's not you. It's not you. Not be you carry her go dinner. If it was you, she would say, I remember when J. Paul took me, so please stop taking somebody's glory. Well.
Somebody even take me for dinner.
Yes. Hey. So I hope you learned from that one that you should make sure your food gets cold before putting it in the fridge. You have heard, Abby. The next one, and the last but not the least, says not eating refrigerated food fast enough. If you're cooking more than usual, you probably have more leftovers in the fridge than usual, which can feel kind of overwhelming. It's important to eat up any cooked leftovers in your fridge at least 3 or 4 days after cooking it, or you could risk getting sick. If you think you won't be able to eat your leftovers fast enough, wrap it up in portions and place it in the freezer, which will last you at least 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
This is very correct, especially for people who like to make their food in bulk. By the time you keep it in bulk, there are a lot of people that do not like to warm food and like to microwave. When you microwave the whole bowl and then you take what you need and then you put it back in the freezer and you do that at least 2 or 3 times, the taste is already going. It's getting sour and it's not good enough for you to eat. There's nothing as good as eating fresh food. So why don't you get Ziploc bags or smaller bowls?
Yes. Put it in small portions.
Yes.
The one that you know that once
you can
take out
finish
once,
at
you
once.
finish at once. You don't return it into the...
Yeah, and that would last a long time, especially when it's in the freezer. So you won't fall sick.
Yeah.
Righty, so that's how far we can go on Daily Top 5 today.
Yep.
And I'm sure that you'll not say that you're not done anything for you in
At
this life, okay?
all.